What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got a bunch of news that's coming around for the One Piece TCG that we need to be having a look at, and I'm just going to get right into it and tell you there's a new Koala promo coming. And this makes me very happy, because I like the Revolutionaries, and I think Koala is cool, and I've been waiting for the Revolutionaries to be great and playable and all of that, and I hope that's gonna happen here. Is this Koala going to break the Revolutionaries wide open? Probably not. Is it a really nice one-cost promo card that could help out a Revolutionaries deck? Oh my yes. And that makes me pretty gosh darn happy. As always, I have done a translation myself here. Haven't actually checked with anyone, I'll be honest with you, but I feel good about the translation. We got one cost, 1,000 power, counter plus 1,000, lots and lots and lots of ones on this card, and activate main once per turn. Give your leader or up to one of your characters one rested Don, or up to one rested Don if you want to be a pedant. Nice. Is it pretty cool? And obviously here, like a lot of these promo cards in Japan, they match recently released cards, which is funny because sometimes when we actually get the card, it's way past when it actually, the card it would actually match. Here, it is the Monkey the Dragon from OP07. That is what we're matching here, because of course, that's got the skill whereby activate main once per turn, you can give 2 currently attached Don to one of your characters, i.e. you take 2 Don that were on one character who's attacked and don't need them anymore, and you can move them to another. Remember, you can move Don from a leader with this card, but you cannot move Don to your leader. So obviously one thing that you want here is you want a bunch of Don that are attached so that you can then move them, and Koala is going to work very nicely with that. And yes, there is a Monkey the Dragon in the set, which has got Rush, and on play, you can give your leader or one of your characters up to 2 rested Don. So clearly this fits very, very nicely with the OP07 Revolutionary stuff. It is a cool promo in that regard. So I like it very much indeed. And I am actually going to jump in here very quickly and say, yes, it is Starter Deck 1 Nami. Obviously, it's Starter Deck 1 Nami, but it's also a Revolutionary Army, so yeah, if you're playing Straw Hat Crew, then the Nami is going to be the one you're going for. But firstly, this combos with all the other Revolutionary Army cards, and secondly, clearly, if you're playing Revolutionary Army, you're going to be probably mucking about with moving all your Don, so Koala does fit in there absolutely beautifully. As a side note, this is going to be given out in tournaments in Japan in the very near future. Specifically, it's going to be given out at exchange meetings, which is also where the new Sakazuki is being given out. Remember how the whole, they got rid of Sakazuki, they banned it, but they're printing a replacement Sakazuki to make it all better? Yeah, this is where that's being given out as well. Still no word, incidentally, as to how or in what form we're going to be given this Sakazuki, but look, it's a new leader. We're definitely going to be given it at some point. So I like that new Koala, but it's not the only thing that has gone and been revealed. We've also got the Best Selection Volume 2. This is being sold at tournaments over in Japan. And frankly, this is going to be the kind of thing that makes a bunch of people very, very happy. Because it is an amazing thing. And it's just a bunch of alternate art cards, just to be clear. So, if you don't want a bunch of cool alternate art cards, you're going to look at this and be like, no one cares, Wassy. Nobody cares. And you know what? That's absolutely fine. But what they've gone and done is take 12 decent cards. Yes, I am aware that the cards are going to vary as to exactly how good you think they are. And reprinted them with lovely new artwork. If you are a big One Piece TCG nerd, and I am now a big One Piece TCG nerd, as well as a One Piece nerd, you're going to look at these and go, oh, nice. And yeah, that's what I think. And I'm going to show them to you, and I'm going to start with Onigashima Island. Because you know what? This came out in the original starter decks. This came out in starter deck 4. And again, as always, I'm wrong with any of this. Please correct me in the comment section. I'm pretty sure we've not had a reprint of this. It's always been a card I adore, and now we're getting a reprint. Activate main. You may rest this stage. If your leader has Animal Kingdom Pirates, add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck and rest it. Hang on a second. Why are we only now getting a reprint of this? It's because we've just had King revealed. We know that in OP08 we're getting Leader King. I'm sorry, there is absolutely no way that it is a coincidence that Onigashima Island gets released in the Animal Kingdom Pirate Starter deck, and we happen to get a reprint right around the release of a new Animal Kingdom Pirates leader. Nah, mate, not a coincidence at all. That's the one that I really like. That is the one that I want. But there are a whole bunch of others as well. While we're talking purple, we might as well stay with purple. We've also got a reprint of the X-Drake that came around in OP01. So yeah, we are apparently going a bit older on some of these. And you know what? I am not upset about this. This is fine. And again, Animal Kingdom Pirates makes sense to be bringing back around here. So what we've got here is the X-Drake from OP01. 5 cost, 5,000 power, counter plus 2,000. And on play, Don -1. Your opponent trashes 1 card from their hand. Nice for a little bit of disruption. Now, we've also got ourselves the Karasu from OP05. I'm not sure how many people really want a reprint of this, if I'm honest with you. But kind of like we just said with Koala, Revolutionaries get a bunch of new tricks and new leaders in one new leader in OP07. So I kind of understand why maybe this would be the right time to give this card back. Maybe. We got 4 cost, 5,000 power, counter plus 1,000. And on play, if your leader has a Revolutionary Army type, give up to one of your opponent's leader or character cards minus 1,000 power during this turn. And then when attacking, if this character has 7,000 or more power, you give up to one of your opponent's leader or character cards minus 1,000 power for the turn. Look, if Revolutionary Army does start being good, you're going to want a reprint of this. We also have a reprint of Fire Fist, specifically the one from OP05, because yes, we've had 2 different cards that are called Fire Fist in the past. And this is the one whereby you give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 4,000 power for the turn. And then if you've got 2 or less life, KO one of your opponent's characters with 0 power or less. And it does the same thing as a trigger. Decent card, seen some play, look at the artwork on the new version and tell me you don't want this. It's brilliant, and I love it. And oh look, it's a Revolutionary Army card as well. Who could have seen that coming? Moving over to blue, we've got the starter deck Boa Hancock. But again, or reprint thereof. But again, this all makes perfect sense, because who was one of the other leaders in OP07? Well, that was a set that gave us a Boa Hancock leader. And like, there's no coincidence going on here. They are clearly looking at this and going, hey, you know what? Why don't we start giving a little bit of support to some of those characters that we've had recently? And yeah, you know what? Why not? So the Boa Hancock from Starter Deck 3, we got 3 cost, 1,000 power blocker, and you play it as a trigger. It's a very, very good card, but the artwork here is a million times better. By the way, you may notice that every colour is getting 1 character and 1 event card, other than purple, which got a stage instead of an event. That is not a coincidence, that is clearly deliberate. The event in question for blue is Gum Gum Giant Gavel. Yeah, there's a card we've seen a couple of times actually. I've seen this in some decks. Counter lets you trash a card from your hand, gives your leader 4,000 power during this battle, and then you may trash 2 cards from the top of your deck. Obviously, this is best in a Nami deck where you are trying to mill, and obviously, you know, Nami is OP03. We're not really seeing much of a connection here, I'm afraid, but it's a good card that's seen some play. Over in green, we have got the 1 cost Capone Beige blocker from Starter Deck 2. I mean, look, 1 cost blocker. One of my favourite things about the initial starter decks were these 1 cost blockers. One of my least favourite things about the initial starter decks were the fact that some of these cards literally just had a frame of the anime. And I don't like those cards. Not in a mean way. The One Piece TCG, along with the Pokemon TCG, and maybe Magic, but I'm not so into Magic, it's doing things of artwork above and beyond other TCGs right now. The art in One Piece TCG is phenomenal. I don't want a random clip from a manga on my card. I want a brand new illustration like this. It's awesome. I love it. This makes me happy. And then obviously there is an event card as well, specifically the Billionfold World Tricleocosm. I don't know, that'll do. As a counter, it gives your leader or one of your characters 2,000 power for the battle, and if you've got 8 or more rested cards, then you get an additional 2,000 power. Or as a trigger, you KO a rested character over cost of 3 or less. Artwork in the new version, clearly a bazillion times better. And then we can have a look at black, which is giving us starter deck Hina. Now, 2 reasons why this is the best card in the set. I mean, for me personally, I like Onigashima Island, but this is the best card in the set, right? Firstly, Hina is from Starter Deck 6, sees a huge amount of play, and Starter Deck 6 is a real pain to try and find nowadays. It's sold out everywhere, so getting a new print of this card just to make it slightly more available is awesome, because this is a phenomenal card. And secondly, oh my word, look at the artwork. This is one of my favourite One Piece cards we've seen artwork-wise. I think it's stunning. Obviously, it's the one that on play gives one of your characters -4 cost during a turn. It's a staple in Sakazuki. We've seen it a billion times before. But the artwork, plus the fact that they're reprinting such a stunning card, makes me super duper happy. And then, of course, as expected, there is an event card as well. And we are talking about Barrier from OP04. Pretty nice card. One that we've seen popping up here and there in decks. Very cool card. Way better artwork. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I love the manga. I read the manga start to finish. I'm up to, well, not finished, up to date. I'm up to date with the manga. And this is clearly a panel from the manga. But I want a panel from the manga. I can read the manga. What I want is a brand new lovely art. This is what we got here. As a counter, you get 2k to your leader or one of your characters. And then if you've got 15 or more cards in your trash, you get an extra 2k. As a trigger, draw 2, trash 1. Decent card. Seen a bunch of play. And then finishing off with yellow, we've got ourselves Kikinoju from the very recently released OP06. So they are kind of flicking around a lot with where these characters are coming from, which, I don't know, kind of cool. And look, Kikinoju didn't get an alternate art in OP06, so it's lovely that they're getting one here. And this is the one where on KO, if your opponent has 3 or less life, you add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to your life. And as a trigger, if your opponent's got 3 or less life, you play it for free. Way better artwork here. And then L4 is what we've got for the event card here for yellow. This is your 1 cost Nell focused card, and gives your leader or one of your characters 2k as a counter. And then if your opponent's got 2 or less life, you get an extra 2k. As a trigger, KOs your opponent's character over cost equal to or less than your opponent's life. This is going to be a very popular set. In terms of like ridiculous playable cards, we were desperate for a reprint. It's really just Hina. But the Onigashima Island makes me happy. And look, the artwork here, oh my word. Like the Fire Fist artwork, the Boa Hancock artwork. It's just lovely. Big fan. I want this. And look, is it going to be released over here? Yes. It's going to be a premium Bandai product. We know how it works at this stage. This is going to be made available over here at some point, and when it is, I'm going to buy it because it's lovely. Right, that's what you need to know. Now it's over to you guys. Tell me which of this stuff is exciting to you. Tell me what you want to be picking up. Tell me anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.